it's Wednesday Warriors, and it's me, Arielle. And this week I'm going to be talking about getting to the root of what may have caused your eating disorder. There does come a time where focusing on the now is the most important, so even though getting to the root might seem like the top priority, it isn't necessarily the top priority, and I think it's important that we remember this as we move forward. Your eating disorder started somewhere, but like with most things, it's probably taken bits and pieces from lots of different elements of your life. When we talk about finding the root, we can't pinpoint just one thing that started it all. There isn't always one little seed that grows into this enormous tree of an eating disorder. The how and the when can be important, but the how and the when are not always important, and they are not the main things that you need to keep in mind in recovery. But if you're interested in getting to the root, which like I said can be very, very helpful, one of the things you can do is talk. Talk as much as possible. Talk to yourself, talk to other people, talk to your support systems. Your support system might be your spouse, it might be your best friend, it might be your mom or your dad or your sibling. Your support system can be a lot of people. It can be one person. Your support system might be your treatment team. It could be a nutritionist, a therapist, a group leader. Your support system might be internet forums, safe places where you can meet other people who are struggling with the same things that you're struggling with. However you talk and wherever you talk, keep talking. The more you talk, the more likely you will be to get to the root of why your eating disorder came into existence. The heart of eating disorders is silence. You have to break the silence. Eating disorders are also very secretive, so the more we talk about them, the more power we steal back for ourselves. Journal. Just like talking to other people, you have to talk to yourself. Sometimes talking to yourself means talking out loud, but sometimes talking to yourself means writing things down. It doesn't have to be a way to go back in your memories, but it can be. It can be a way to get your thoughts out for the day and then go back and realize that you have similar thoughts on similar days of the week, or when you see a certain person, or when you eat a certain food, or when the weather is a certain kind of way. It's important to notice the similarities and take them to heart and see if they can help lead you to the root. Remember. Try to remember a time when you were happier. Try to remember what happened, what occurred that changed something. Try to look back and see if you can pinpoint what may have caused a shift in your life. Sometimes it's very easy to pinpoint a shift, and sometimes it's very, very hard. Sometimes you won't even remember a time when you were happy. And as sad as that is, it doesn't imply that happiness is beyond your grasp. You still have a future ahead of you. Remembering can be very hard because sometimes we remember things that we would rather forget. Sometimes in remembering, we bring to life things that have happened to us that have been traumatic, that have been hurtful. Sometimes dealing with these things at last can help our recovery. Sometimes they can hurt it. This is why it's really important to have someone on your side who can professionally help you, knowing that you have someone to be there with you as you work through it, someone that you can go to on a regular basis that has a safe place for you, that is a safe place for you. Makes all the difference. If you really want to get to that root, you have to let go of fear. You can't be afraid of what you might find. You can't be afraid of what you might have to rediscover. You can't be afraid of yourself. You can't be afraid of your eating disorder taking too much hold over you. A lot of people say that they don't want their eating disorder to take hold of them, that that's why they're working in recovery, but they're still afraid of gaining weight or eating healthy meals, or stopping the overexercising, or avoiding toxic people. They're still afraid to let go of a lot of things that the eating disorder lives on. As soon as you decide to let go of fear, you're closer to that root. Don't get so caught up in looking for your root that you forget to live in the now. The root may have some basis, the root may have some importance, but the root is not your current life. Don't confuse the past with the present, or the present with the future. Don't be on a hunt for a specific thing. You might go out trying to find the root, but if you think that you're looking for something in particular, you might miss what's actually there. You might miss the real root. You might miss some real important things if you're looking for something else. So don't seek to look, just seek to be aware. Don't underestimate your own ability to rise above. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate your own ability to recover. Your recovery isn't contingent upon finding this route. It may be helpful. It may speed along the process, but it isn't imperative. Don't get caught up in looking for the wrong things. It's important that you know you won't always like what you find, but facing them may help you move on with your recovery. If you figure some things out, don't let your anger grow. Don't let your resentment stay inside. Don't harbor guilt. Don't berate yourself. Move on. Use it. Use it as fuel. When it comes to finding the root, there are so many questions, and I don't think the answer is the important thing. I think learning yourself, figuring out what to do with what your mind is now, no matter how it got that way, is key. We have so many locks within us. Some pertain to past behaviors. Some pertain to guarded memories, to abuse, to family, to bullying, to trauma, to friends, to pain, to sadness, to depression. There are so many locks. What takes so long is finding them all, each and every one, and inserting that key and turning it, and watching that flicker of light that happens when you have an epiphany, or a revelation, or a moment of peace. Peace. So often there is a feeling of specialness associated with having an eating disorder. It's a big part of the reason people are afraid to really recover. They fear losing that specialness, that part of them that makes them someone, that feeling of power, that deep-seated persona. The thing is, we are all special. Specialness does not die with your eating disorder. It just gets reapplied, reassigned to something worth that feeling. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to find out what really makes you special. Because I promise you, it is not your eating disorder.